Welcome back, Halo followers. Today I want to talk about the impacts of Joseph Staten returning to Halo. Now, he was one of the key writers for the original Halos 1, 2, 3, and he is back to do things right. So this is super exciting. Today I want to brush over why this is so monumental for Halo, what changes are happening to Halo Infinite right now as we talk, and exactly his influence on the game. But guys, before we jump into it, be sure to smash that like button blue and subscribe. Join me on the journey of following Halo for over 9 years, going on to 10. Joseph Staten's worked on the main storylines, crafted characters and the universe that we all love, and he is one of the key individuals that made Halo what it is, or at least was. So he has had a massive influence on the game, and I want to think about what exactly is he doing right now at 343, because we're so late in development, right? There's not much time to change things, so that's what I want to dive deep into this video about and discuss exactly what he is changing, right? But the fact that Joseph Staten is project lead, he actually has 15 months to probably be able to change virtually anything in the campaign, not the entire game, but certainly change anything that does not feel or look like Halo, and I will go more into that later. But there's actually a lot to this that's got me very curious, is that my first question is, why now, right? Keep in mind that Joseph Staten was with Bungie since the beginning, and technically left Halo when Bungie did back in 2010 after the release of Halo Reach, and then 343 took over the DLC and management of Halo. He had even worked on Destiny briefly up to 2013 and was likely screwed over, just like Martin O'Donnell, but that's a completely other story. But, since Bungie, I think basically what happened was that they were infiltrated, I guess, in a way of kind of having a corporate culture, or they just kind of swung in that direction. So yeah, it really undervalued its iconic creators. And so really think about this one, guys. Okay, Joseph Staten has joined 343, and he hasn't for the past 10 years that 343 has taken over Halo. Why now? Right? Why right before the game is delayed, or right after rather, and why is he coming in to work on a project that's pretty much done? Joseph Staten was so screwed over, and the fact that Martin O'Donnell has more or less been talking, about coming back and doing some Halo score, even for Super Smash Bros, it's still pretty big. And I think that means that 343, if there was any corporate culture there, which I believe that there was, I think that is kind of being eliminated because he's joined 343. And I don't think Joseph Staten would want to go back into that industry if he knew what all of his suggestions, all of his thoughts, and all of his contributions to a project like Halo Infinite was going to be scrapped. And I think Joseph Staten has always been interested in Halo. To my surprise, he's actually been a little bit involved in Halo between the Bungie days and now. He would actually go on to write the digital novel Halo Shadow of Intent, and in June 2015, shortly before Halo 5 released, Frank O'Connor, head of 343, confirmed that Staten had no official role with Halo, but had to beg him to do a short story and director's commentary on Halo 3 ODST for the relaunch of the Halo games in MCC. Frank also confirmed that Staten would not be involved in Halo unless we managed to convince him otherwise. August 2020, as we all know, Joseph Staten agreed to join 343, but why is it so late in the development of Halo Infinite? There's the dark theory that perhaps 343 is struggling and that they're on their last legs and they're like, come on in, Joseph Staten, we need your help. I do think that the game is virtually complete, and that after the wake of all the community freaking out at the gameplay reveal, I think they perhaps got pity from Joseph Staten, or perhaps they were like, all right, we need to get some old school guys to come in here and help us figure this thing out so Halo Infinite can launch super successfully. So now I also want to talk about what can he actually do, because it's so late in the game, right? He actually came in at August, which means that he has, or will have, a total of, at the end of it, 15 months to work on this game, which actually isn't that long of a time as far as the development cycle goes, but I think it is long enough to make a massive impact on the game. Joseph did confirm on Waypoint that on his first week, he was to play the game, and he played it twice, and he was stunned in the best possible way. But he also said this, and this is absolutely massive, all right? This game, whatever it's going to look like and feel like and play like, all right, has come to life after 20 years of technical and creative innovation. This is the game that Joseph Staten and the few people that worked at Bungie that worked on Halo 1 imagined Halo 1 being, but this is basically the game that they always dreamed of. So I think that that could also have convinced him to come over. Absolutely massive for the franchise, and I think whatever they got planned is going to be pretty big. With that being said, let's really dig into the ultimate answer here, and it's basically, what is he actually going to change specifically, right? In his blog post, he said this, and I think it has huge implications. He said, "I joined 343 Industries right as the team was wrestling with feedback from the July campaign demo." All right, when 343's freaking out with their heads on fire, what are we gonna do? The Halo community is freaking out. They don't like this. What are we going to do, right? So probably that's how they got Joseph Staten on board, either via pity, but I don't believe that. I think it was rather that, I think he's interested in seeing what the team's doing now. But this discussion boiled down to one fundamental truth. We needed more time to do things right. This is a pretty blunt, obvious perception, I think, that we will all have from reading this part here, but things are wrong at that time, right? We need more time to do things right imply that things are wrong right now and they're not looking great. I think, I think things do need to be worked on as far as the story potentially goes, but this is probably a very ambitious story and it needs to be told right. And perhaps Joseph Staten is going to help a lot with that narratively and piecing together the story, the cutscenes, the missions, and things in a way that is very easy to understand for new players, which they're targeting, but also us Halo fans that have been, following this franchise for many, many years. He also says that included pushing hard in the fall, giving the team time to recharge over the holidays, and then coming back in January to finish the game at a healthy pace. The cinematography in this game is by far the best I've seen since Halo Reach or Halo 3. I mean, this is absolutely amazing, and that's something that Joseph Staten does well. So the fact, I feel like maybe in that department, maybe getting him on is redundant. As well as the story. I don't know anything about the story, so perhaps it is suffering. But the fact that the story is probably going to be told narratively radically different than any other Halo game we've seen besides maybe Halo 3 ODST, which is likely going to explain events of the past through flashbacks, through memories that Master Chief is piecing back together from short-term amnesia, being stranded out there with Zeta Halo being destroyed, and finding out exactly how the UNSC lost at Zeta Halo. And likely, my theory is that the entire UNSC fleet is destroyed. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see that there are people that have really made Halo the thing that I fell in love with as a kid, and they're coming back and they're working on this game. At least one person is, Joseph Staten. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you in the next one soon. Be sure to subscribe, join me on the journey, and smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one soon. Peace.